What's going on, y'all? We were working on trying to create a scheduled stream in YouTube to be able to convert over to the phone, but it did not work. So now I'm just trying to figure it out. So we're just hanging out. So what we're looking to do is to start a stream at 8:30, which we were late today. But today was going to be our first day, and we want to create a stream titled EMP, and it was an eternally minded podcast. And so the idea is, I had been working on this on my personal channel, and I would go on and I would talk about, um, I guess, just a place where I could just go on and ramble or talk about whatever. And but it just gets too complicated when you start trying to divide accounts. And so we were going to move it to this stream, and do like a 8:30 podcast where we talk about what it means to live eternally minded. If we're eternal beings, then what does it mean to live in this world as an eternal being? And I think it's, largely accepted that we're eternal beings. We may all differ on how we're eternal, or the wrapper that we put around it, and but but ultimately, if we are eternal beings, are there shared thoughts throughout all the different religions? And every religion is different. Every person believes something different. So if we if we can't agree totally, if we can't agree totally on any particular religion, then are there shared concepts to what it means to live eternally? And maybe that's going to be my main position is if we are eternal beings, if we can't agree on the theme, if we can't agree on the theme, then are there shared notions that can connect us? All right, so I think that'll be a good premise for our podcast. If we are eternal beings and we can't agree on any particular theme, if we are eternal beings and if we can't agree, maybe it doesn't work. All right, ask a question. Three lines of text. Alt, start. All right. I have a need. Could you condense this in as many characters as I can fit into a question in a YouTube sticker? The question is, or what I want to say is, the question is if we are eternal beings and if we can't agree on any particular theme or religion, everyone believes something different. Under the idea that we are eternal, that is a shared concept, then are there shared notions that can connect us based on a foundation that at least we believe we are eternal? And then maybe we can focus on those. Anyways, can you figure out how to condense that concept into a question with as many characters as we can have on a YouTube sticker? Sticker question. See what we get. if we're all eternal, is that enough to unite us? If we're all eternal, is that enough to unite us? That is a good question. We disagree on religion, but if we're eternal, can that unite us? Everybody every every belief differs, but if we're all eternal beings, is that common ground enough? Now I'm trying to figure out, how do you create a discussion on what commonalities are there? Hmm. If we're all eternal, is that enough to unite us? If we are all eternal, is that enough to unite us? Oh no. If we are all eternal, is that enough to unite us? Alright, well, let's just go with that. Done. Shoot. I lost it. Sticker question. Darn. If we're all eternal, is that enough to unite us? Done. Done. Why can't it allow me to move that? Start Q&A. If we are all eternal, is that enough to unite us? Nope, that didn't work. All right, that's the best we get. If we are all eternal, oh my gosh. Does anybody want to come and answer this question? We're all eternal. Is that enough to unite us? We'll give it to 25 minutes. Anybody shows in 25 minutes. Oh, look at that. You want to be there first to answer? First to answer. If we are all eternal, is that enough to unite us? We have a lot of differences. But if we are eternal beings, then what matters in life? Is it not people and how we treat each other more than anything else? Hello. What do you think? Ella Love. If we're eternal beings, then what matters in this life? Yes. My first vote. This is my first poll ever. And I've been thinking about what to ask. And I think this sums it up. Because we all differ. Well, you're 10, but you'll be faced with this question at some point in your life. Because you're going to say, what's important? What's important to me? And the world offers so much. But there's so many things in life that we can go after, but we fight over so much and we divide over so much. And I'm just trying to think, like, what really matters? And if we're eternal beings, if there's something within us that transcends, and most people believe that. Most people believe that there's something within us that transcends. Um, there's a lot of atheists that don't believe, that after this there's nothing. Um, but I would say even across religion, like all religions, believe that we transcend this life. So is that enough to unite us? Have a good day, Ella Love. You too. So so this is the first question. This is the first step, because really what I want to try to start diving into it in the near future as I develop these thoughts are, what are those commonalities across religion? Like, if we believe so many different things and everyone believes something different, what are those things that do unite us, right? We all say love, right? Love is the supreme ethic. But then we even differ on what love is. And so I think these are good conversations, good things to think about. If we're eternal, what transcends this life? You can go buy boats and cars and houses, and you can always be upgrading. You can upgrade everything in your life. Always be upgrading. Always be storing value, storing money, storing things. But what is it that that stays with us? What stays with us after death? So far we're at 50-50. And and I think it's I mean I don't know I think that knowing we're eternal is not enough to unite us. I don't know if unification is possible, right? Because we all are going to divide over so many things. But if we can know that we're eternal, then maybe there's something that can unite a part of us. Like maybe we can learn to divide and just say we're divided. But why do we have to divide and then hurt each other? Like we may not be able to unite on everything. Hey, toxic gamer. So what makes you a toxic gamer? You get upset when you lose? You throw your controllers? Or do you troll people? There's so many things that you can work toward in your life. But what in the end really matters? Hello, love. Aren't you supposed to be going? Let me show you something. I make pottery. I made this cup. Every cup I make is unique because my cups represent people. All of my cups are different because people are different. All of my cups are about the same size. They're all little short cups. They're like little sipper cups. A few inches tall, a few inches wide. But every cup is different. I've made thousands of them. I've made thousands. And yet no two of my cups look alike. And I think that that is what to me represents um, people. We all look about the same, right? We're all, generally the same shape, same size. We all got arms and legs. And then there's all these little variations: hair color, face shape, body shape, the clothes we wear. If you think about the glaze on this cup, the glaze is kind of like the clothes. If I took the glaze off, it would just be, a naked cup. But I clothe my cups with glaze, and I created a system where every piece, and I've made thousands of them, they're all different. They all look different. And I'll get another one just so you can see a comparison. Here's another one. See? About the same size, same color, same clay body. But here, and you can see some similarities between them. Like this has a blue drip, a blue pool of glaze, and this has some blue glazes in it. This has some cream colored glazes. But they're not completely different, but they are unique in and of themselves. They're not the same cup. They have their own personality, their own expression. Some cups are simple, some cups are complex, and that's how people are. People are all different. Everyone you meet are going to be different than you. And what you have to do, or what you may be faced with, is accepting who you are despite who everybody else is. And so I try to tell people to be you, be unique, be yourself. Appreciate who you are. Life can be difficult. Life can be traumatic. Things can happen that we don't like and they hurt. Just like a branch breaking off of a tree. You know, if a tree branch breaks, that hurts the tree. Maybe not painfully, but it is damage. And the tree will heal itself, and then it grows around the damage. And that's called compensatory growth. And we as people we do the same thing. When we get hurt, we get traumatized, and then our personality will develop around that trauma, around that hurt, and we'll act different and we'll do different. And over time, we change. And what we have to always be doing is just believing and knowing in ourselves that no matter who you are, who you become, you can always do better. You can always grow. You're always going to grow. But appreciate who you are, no matter the traumatic events that create misshapen things, because that's what makes you unique, and that's what makes you special, and you like no one else. And there's nothing that says one is better than another. So know that. I appreciate you being here. But I think we're going to go. We're just learning how to live stream and to connect and to ask questions. This is our first little poll. We had 5 voters, and I think that if we're all eternal, that is enough to unite us on some things, and maybe the most important things. But I would not think that it will unite us on everything. That's what I believe. All right, everybody, take care. Till next time.